up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It is Brittany Payton, the Honest RD, your Honest RD. I am reaching out to you today on Let's Be Honest with the Honest RD, your registered dietitian, your personal trainer, and I am super excited today because guess what, y'all? We are going to talk about something that is pretty trendy. It's pretty trendy. It's something a lot of people are talking about, and I figured this would be a great place to dive in, talk about what's legitly, what's real, what's going on with something that's kind of trendy. Are you ready to know what I'm going to talk about? All right, I know the suspense is killing you. I will not make you wait any longer. Okay, today we are going to talk about, you got it, we're going to talk about keto diet. We're going to talk about the keto diet. We're going to talk about this trendy diet called the keto diet that everybody is waiting to do or wanting to do or know someone that's doing it. We're going to talk about the keto diet today, and I think this is so interesting, so important, so good that we kind of discuss it today, and I'd love to hear your feedback on this. So as we talk about this today, anything that you want to give me feedback on, or if this interests you at all, go ahead, let me know. What are your questions? What are your concerns? What are your comments? I want to know, because guess what? It's interesting. Okay, so let me tell you, there's diets everywhere. I mean, everywhere. There's tons of diets everywhere all the time. Somebody is always doing a diet. I mean, seriously, honestly, like, does anybody know anybody that's not doing a diet? I know that there's most people who do not know someone who's doing a diet. So here's the deal. What's the deal about keto, right? Keto, I mean, I've been a dietitian for like maybe about 15 years now, okay? And as being a dietitian for so long, I see trends come and go and come and go and come and go. And there's always something behind it. It's always another diet out there. I mean, let me tell you, if you go into any bookstore, you know what? You're going to find a ton of books. Gonna tell you that this is the best diet, this is the one you should try, this is the one that's gonna make you lose the most weight, this is the best for you, this is the one that's gonna give you the most results. There's tons and tons and tons of things out there telling you that this is the diet for you, whatever diet it may be, and it's what's hot now. So ultimately, this is the hot diet now. Keto is the hot trending diet right now. So let's dive in, let's delve in, let's talk about what it is. So keto, what is keto? All right, if you've heard it before and you're like, I have no clue what keto diet is. Well, the full word is the ketogenic diet, and the ketogenic diet, pretty much, it breaks down into, it's a diet that is going to be you changing your eating plan for you to get maximum weight loss. That's what a lot of people are saying, that you really want to get a lot of weight loss and you get it really quick, and this is a great way to do it, and a lot of people are making those claims. Okay, so with that, you want to think about, well, what is it that you're doing? What is this diet exactly? So let's delve into it. This is a very low carb, totally low carb diet, all right? Very high fat diet in a lot of ways, and high protein, okay? So high fat, high protein, very, very low carb. I've seen people go from 30 grams of carbs to 30% of their carbs, which 30% of your carbs, I really don't think that's really too much keto. It's kind of flexi keto, if you will, but you find that keto is generally going to be very, very, very low in carbs. So you might see 10% or less, or some people are doing like 30 grams of carbs a day or something like that. So just to give you an idea of what that looks like, that's maybe about 2 slices of bread. One slice of bread is going to give you about 15 grams of carbs. So 2 slices of bread will give you about 30 grams. So if you think about that, that means that you can't have anything else, meaning no fruit, no dairy products, no milk, no yogurt, no grains, no whole grains, all right, no starchy vegetables, no potatoes, no corn, no peas, and you just got to be really conscious of that. So if you're thinking about that, that pretty much leaves you with 2 food groups that you're left with, and those 2 food groups you're left with are going to be your protein, okay, and your veggies, all right? And yeah, veggies do have carbs, but very, very little. So some people, they reserve all their carbs for only the veggies that they have carbs coming in from. So their diet generally consists of protein, okay, as well as veggies, and that's pretty much all they're having. They might have a bite or 2 of fruit, and that may be it, but they're not having a lot of food at all, a lot of variety of food. So one thing that people really love about this is that it's kind of a no-fail system, all right? It's a no-fail system, meaning, all right, all I have to eat are protein, and veggies. That's it. So they can't mess up. They feel like they can't mess up because everywhere, just about everywhere you go, you can get meat. Okay, just about everywhere you can go, you can get veggies. All right, so it might be a special order. It might be something a little bit different than what's on the menu, or you might be asking for something that's off the menu. However, you're able to go ahead and get exactly what you need. So for a lot of people, it's foolproof. You can't mess it up, and this is easy to them. They love this for that reason. But I want to tell you about the origins of keto. All right, so keto is actually not a diet plan for weight loss. Oddly enough, it's not a diet plan for weight loss. Keto is actually a diet plan set up for children with epilepsy. It's a therapeutic nutrition diet. It's a therapeutic diet used to treat a condition called epilepsy for children, and it helps them with improving their symptoms and the outcomes of the disease and things like that, you know, over time. And it's not even meant to be done for an extended period of time. And so people have taken this, and this is another restrictive way of eating, and they said, you know what, if we do this, we could lose weight. And so this has become a trendy way of weight loss, a trendy diet for weight loss in our culture right now, and a lot of people are doing it, or a lot of people are trying it. So remember, first off, what the diet was created for. It wasn't created for weight loss. Let me say it again, it was not created for weight loss. All right, so ketogenic diet was not created for weight loss. Okay, it was created as a therapeutic nutrition diet for children with epilepsy. But okay, you want to try it, you want to know more, right? So let me give you some more information on it. So with that, okay, remember, keto is gonna cause you to decrease a lot of your intake as it relates to a lot of the other foods that you'll eat. So because you're only eating, remember, two things really. You're having protein, fat, and you're having your veggies. Okay, so a lot of people really overload on these things to make sure that they get even just enough calories, and make sure that they're not starving. All right, so the side effects, okay, or some of the things that can happen while you're doing keto is definitely muscle catabolism. So pretty much the way I like to explain muscle catabolism is pretty much your muscles are kind of eating themselves, if you will. All right, so they're breaking themselves down in order to create energy for you. All right, so it's like building a house, okay, and you have this house and you love this house. This house is awesome, okay, but it's cold and it's winter. And so you need to heat that house. As you heat that house, you know what you start doing? You start taking stuff from the frame. You start taking that wood from the frame of your house. You go in the corner of your house and you say, I'm just going to take a little bit of this wood here, and I'm just going to go ahead and take that, and I'm going to throw that in the fireplace, and we're going to make a little bit of heat. So you're using that as your energy. So you're using the frame of your house for the energy for your house to heat your house, but you're also creating a gaping hole in your home. Not necessarily going to work for the long run, right? So, I mean, you're going to have a really cold house after a while because you're using the frame to create your house. I mean, to create your heat, your energy, if you will. So you can think of the heat as energy. All right. So that's one thing that can happen. So muscle catabolism. So your muscles will break down a bit. Okay. And then as you're losing muscle, okay, one byproduct, natural byproduct of muscle catabolism is going to be really water weight gain. Okay. So you're going to get some water weight gain. Excuse me. All right. Let's stop that right there. Water weight loss. So you're going to see water loss in your body. Okay. So your body is going to expend a bit of water. So you're going to lose a little bit of water weight. So that's going to also appear like, oh my God, I'm really losing a lot of weight. So that's why a lot of times in the beginning, and a lot of times with the beginning of any of these restrictive programs, you're going to find that you're going to lose a lot of weight really quick in the beginning. And this could be possibly one of the reasons why, because you're having a great restriction on your intake. All right. So muscle catabolism. Okay. We're looking also too at, your body breaking down the muscles that you have. So you're also losing water and different things of that nature. Also too, you're decreasing your metabolism. All right. Small frequent meals are going to get you increased metabolism along with exercise. But another thing that's going to slow down your metabolism is having less muscle mass. If you're breaking down your muscles for energy, you're going to have decreased metabolism. All right. So I mean, you don't want slower metabolism in the long run. I mean, messing with that could really not be good in the long run. So you want to think about that. Also too, one thing that I find, I have worked with people for a while, and I've worked with people who've done the ketogenic diet, and they loved it, and they did it for a while, they lost weight, they hit the wall, and then what happened? Oh my God. they stop losing weight, and then they go get their labs done. They go for a physical, and they're showing their doctor, hey, look, I'm losing weight, or I've lost weight, or I've lost weight and gained weight back. And guess what the deal is that they have higher cholesterol levels, higher blood lipid levels. Okay, so you're going to see that your cholesterol will take a hit, because think about it, you're eating a lot more meat, you're eating a lot more fat. Some people have things like they call bulletproof coffee and different things like that, where you're having your coconut oil or other kinds of oil that you're putting into just coffee, just so you can make sure you're getting the things that you need there. But then also too, having higher fat meats. I see people that do keto and they do tons of bacon and other things, and so let me tell you, those are ways that you're going to find it's going to raise your cholesterol. I rarely see people who've done keto and they're like, all right, I'm doing keto and I'm doing it with very, very lean meat, or meats that are very high in omega-3, so like maybe a lot of salmon and different things like that, or very low fat and lean meats. But most people are like, look, this is all I can eat, so I'm going in. All right, so that's another thing that can result from that. Also, too, you're decreasing your fiber. Another big reason why your cholesterol will take a hit or go on the fritz if you're looking at keto is because you are decreasing your fiber. It's recommended that you have about 25 grams of fiber a day as a basic level of fiber. So if you think about it like this, if you're going to have like a cup of brown rice, you're going to get about 10 grams, or a cup of wild rice, you're going to get about 10 grams of fiber right there. Okay, so you're like, well, I'm eating a lot of veggies. What are you talking about? I'm eating tons and tons of veggies. What's the deal? I should be good with fiber. Well, let me tell you, that same 1 cup of something like spinach or something like that, what you're going to find is you're going to get maybe about, on a rough basis with veggies and even with fruit, you're going to get maybe about 1 to maybe 3. On a very rare occasion, you'll get about 4 to 5 grams of fiber in each serving. Okay, so you're looking at about 1 to 3 grams of fiber for that 1 cup of spinach. And I mean, think about how many cups of spinach. You're going to have to eat 3 cups. And most people are not going in like that with their veggies. Not that they don't need to, but they just get tired. They get tired. It's a lot of chewing. It's a lot of fiber that you have to digest. And it takes a long time to eat. And so most people don't have that kind of patience. All right. So think about, all right, you're taking in a lot less fiber. You're taking in a lot more fat. So think about it like this. When you're thinking about fiber and fat, okay, it's going to be and your cholesterol, what you want to do is think about, all right, how do I clean my system on a regular basis? All right, so you do that with fiber. But if you're putting more fat in, it's going to be way harder to clean your system. So think about your fiber as kind of your Roomba vacuum. And so if you circulate your Roomba vacuum to go about 2 or 3 times a day, but you are dumping fat on the floor and you're getting crazy and you're just, yeah, wild party, you're putting all kinds of stuff everywhere all the time, let me tell you, it's going to be really, really difficult for that Roomba to really do a great job and keep the place clean. It's going to need to work overtime. So you want to make sure that your fat and your fiber needs are kind of matching up there. And so maybe decreasing your fiber a bit is going to be a great way, as well as increasing your fiber a bit and decreasing your fat are great ways to keep things in order. And you've heard those recommendations before. Okay, so also too, you'll find that diets in general, all diets do this, like restrictive diets, increased dieting or more dieting. Every time you diet, you're going to get a little bit more resistance and pushback from your body. If you've ever done a diet before, you know this is true. What happens is the first diet, oh my God, I did a first diet like 5-10 years ago, right? And I lost tons of weight and everything was awesome. And I did Atkins when it was popular, when it was hot, when it was popping. And I did Atkins. I lost a bunch of weight and it was great. And then you stopped doing Atkins and then you gained the weight back. And then you did another diet, okay? And then maybe you did paleo when that came out. And then, so you lost a little bit of weight, but it was more difficult. And you were wondering, why is it a little bit harder? I mean, what's going on? So maybe you go back, then you take a stop again, and then you go back and you say, all right, I'm going to go back to Atkins again, because Atkins is what worked for me. And so you do Atkins again, but you find that every time you do that diet, what are you getting? You're getting a little more resistance. You're getting a little more resistance, and you're getting even a little bit more resistance. And so you're losing less and less with more and more effort every time, and you're getting more frustrated, and you're beating yourself up because of it. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with you. It's just that your body is really smart. Your body's really smart, and it's going to try and protect you the best way it can. And so what you're going to find is that your body will become resistant to that restriction. Okay, more restriction equals more of a rebound too. And so you find that maybe when you stop, you gain a lot of weight back, and then so you gain that weight back, and then after that you try to lose more weight with more resistance again, and your body's like, whoa, 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 I think we're in a famine. And so your body says, okay, hold on, wait a second, and then your body kind of resists a bit because it doesn't know that you're not really in a famine. This is a famine that you want. You've created this famine for yourself, and your body doesn't know the difference between a forced famine or a desired famine that you're creating for yourself. Okay? All right, so increased resistance from weight loss, increased resistance to weight loss with increased dieting over and over again. But then also, too, one big thing that I found with keto is, are you ready? Are you ready for this? One big thing that I found with keto is that most people cannot do this forever. Most people cannot do keto forever. They can't just do keto forever. It's rough. Keto is rough forever. Let me tell you, like, that means you're telling me that if I did keto, that means for the rest of my life, I can't have fruit really. I can't have grains. I can't have dairy products, milk or yogurt, which I'm not a big fan of dairy, but that's okay. But there's none of that happening. All right. So I'm pretty much stuck to the meat and veggie roller coaster for the rest of my life. Most people aren't down with that. They get over it really quick. It gets difficult. You start wanting other things. You like carbs. That's why you eat them. All right, you like fruit. That's why you eat them. Think about it. You're restricting things that are natural. And mind you, I'm not talking about, when I say restricting grains, I'm thinking like whole grains. When I'm saying fruit, I'm thinking like fresh fruit, frozen fruit, not that processed junk. Okay, so if you're doing that, you're taking things out that are natural and good for you. And your body is like, what's happening? Okay, all right, so I want you to think, okay, how do I work on doing what I need to do, maybe without a diet? Like, I don't know if any of those things kind of sway you one way or another, okay? But I want to tell you something about what the studies say. The studies show that when you are doing keto, all right, and people who've done keto for about 6 months, okay, and then they show also people who've eaten healthy and done a regular, healthy eating, portion controlled, regular exercise, meal plan, where they're working on the focus of weight loss as well. They find that those people are losing about the same amount of weight in the long run. So, I mean, if you're going to lose about the same amount of weight loss or the same amount of weight in the long run, or at about 6 months, you're neck and neck with the person who has just been eating healthy, eating what they want, just really working on portion control, getting more exercise in there and different things like that, as opposed to restricting everything that you like. I mean, which would you prefer? Which would you prefer? Is all that restriction, is all that drama worth it? I don't know, but that's a choice that you're going to have to make. You're going to have to make that choice. So when it comes down to diets, let me tell you, when it comes down to diets, one thing that I look at and I think about when it comes to diets is, okay, when it comes to a diet or weight loss, period, what's the real problem? What's the real problem? If you're doing keto, is the problem really that you eat too much fruit, that you eat too much whole grains or grains, period? Is it the fact that you have maybe an unhealthy relationship with portions? Is it the fact that you have poor control when it comes to what times you're eating and you're not eating regular meals? Are you overeating? Are you undereating? What are the real issues? When it comes to keto, like, is this really solving your problems? Is this really solving your problems? Is it really solving your problems for you to do keto? Or is it a thing of, you know what? I probably shouldn't be doing this. I should probably be working on creating solutions to the problems that I have. And so with that, I want to challenge you. If you're thinking about the keto diet, if you're thinking about any other diet, I want you to really seriously stop and think about, okay, what's my real issue? Where are my challenges in my diet? Where are my challenges in my lifestyle? Where are my challenges with my eating? And I want to challenge you to take one of those challenges and work on making change. Take your challenge and make change. I want you to take your challenge and I want you to make change. You've got information now. You know what the diet is all about. You know what's going to happen in the long run. But at the same time, you know that studies show that after 6 months, you're maybe going to get the same results as the person who's eating healthy and doing all the right things. Is it worth it? Make that decision for you. And if it's not, what I want you to do is go ahead and work on making a change for yourself. Challenge, look at your challenges, okay? And then I want you to challenge yourself to make change. All right. So if portion control is your issue, all right, let's do something about it. If eating late is your issue, all right, let's do something about it. If you've got a junk pile stash at your desk, in your drawer at work, let's do something about it. If you got hidden snacks in your nightstand or in your kitchen someplace, let's do something about it. All right. If you're not exercising enough, let's do something about it. If you eat out all the time, let's do something about it. I don't want you to feel like you are stuck in the vortex of poor eating or unhealthy eating, or in a place where you can't lose weight. Maybe the diet's not an answer for you. If it's not the answer for you, if we've gone through this today, you're like, you know what, I really could be doing some different things to take care of myself. I encourage you to make those changes and do something different for yourself today. And I challenge you to make a change. Now, I want to hear about those changes, all right? So I want to hear all about those changes. And so I want you to go online and I want you to follow me, okay? My name on Instagram, on Facebook is The Honest RD, and I want to hear about it. You can go on my website at thehonestRD.com. You can email me at the number 1, honestrd@gmail.com. And guess what? I want to hear all about it. I want to hear about your challenges that you are working on changing, so that way you can make change for good. So you can tackle this one thing and kill it, so that way you can move on to something else and move on to something else. Yeah, that one thing, it might not make a huge difference. Maybe you drink a ton of soda and juice or alcoholic beverages or whatever that add a lot of calories to your bottom line at the end of the day, and you want to make changes there. What's your change? Make it detailed, figure it out, and let's get to work on that. Okay, so tell me what your change is that you are going to challenge yourself to make change with and do something different, so that way you can see differences in the long run. So I want to challenge you to make that change. I want you to challenge yourself to be bold enough to reach out to me. A lot of times we do things by ourselves and we're like, all right, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And you tell yourself you're going to do it, but you tell no one else. And so you have no other accountability. I want to hear about it because I want to ask you questions about it. I want to see what you're doing in a week from now. I want to make sure that you're continuing to move forward. And that brings me to my program, The Honest RD Transformation Academy. Oh my God. If you feel like, you know what, I've tried this diet thing and I've been on the diet roller coaster or the diet treadmill over and over and over again, and I really need to make some changes, but I really need some help and I don't know where to start because all I've done is diet. And I feel like I'm at a loss, and you really are like kind of being ruled by diet mentality. You've got diet rules here, there, and everywhere, and you're not for sure what's really good for you or what's a myth or just what works for you. You don't know what works for you anymore. You don't know what works for your body anymore, and you're not seeing results, but you want them so bad, and your health is suffering, your life is suffering, your energy is suffering, but you want to make change. I want to help you make that change. I want to help you make that change. So let me do that for you. Reach out to me at my Instagram at The Honest RD, or I want you to reach out to me on Facebook, or I want you to go on my website and I want you to contact me. Go to the contact me page and I want you to contact me and let me know how I can help you. We can set up some time for us to talk and go deeper and dig deeper into your goals and what you desire, and then what your hangups are and what your hiccups are, and we can work on what it looks like for us to work together and create a program just for you. So I'm super excited, y'all. I'm super excited about today. I'm super excited about, just telling y'all about the keto diet. Sometimes we just do things. We do things that we don't know what we're doing to our body. We don't know what we're putting in our body. And today I want to challenge you to really know what's going on with your body and know what you're doing to your body, but then more so than anything, make changes that make you better. So this is the Honest RD on Let's Be Honest with the Honest RD, and I am crazy excited about us being able to hang out today. And guess what? I'm about to be out. All right. So this is Brittany Payton, your registered dietitian and certified personal trainer on Let's Be Honest with the Honest RD. I'm super excited to spend time with you today. Check me on our next episode of Let's Be Honest with the Honest RD. Also, too, feel free to go ahead and take a screenshot of this post. This is a podcast of this podcast, and go ahead, share it with friends, and dare them to join you in listening to me. I feel like you are going to have such a big change if you start applying the things that we talk about. Ask me questions. I am here for you. you, and I cannot wait to help you and serve you. So, signing out. It's Brittany, the Honest RD. I'm signing out for Let's Be Honest with the Honest RD. See you next week. See you next time. I can't wait. You take care and have an absolutely amazing day. Make today way better than yesterday was. All right. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Peace.